getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walk the mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, apply myself.
Welcome back to Carl Talking College. I am your host, Carl, and unfortunately, you hear the chairs in the background, but I ain't got too much to cheer about right now. We're coming with, we have a special segment. I normally don't do Saturday videos, but MSU had a big game today against 8th ranked Washington, and we came up very small. The game isn't over. It's actually the end of the third quarter, but it's no need to recap the full score. Now 41-0. I got my dog. Me and him, we went to MSU at the same time, 2012 to 2016. My dog Luke Billhorn. Go ahead and tell the people something about yourself.
My point guard, Carl Garris, as I will always refer to him as. Yeah, man, Carl, I got to say, I think the only reason why we're here is because we went to school in the golden age of football for MSU. And I thought I'd be following this team for the rest of my life, which I am. But, damn, didn't think it'd be like this.
Yeah, man, just to piggyback on that, we went through the golden age of both football and basketball. We've seen our teams go to the playoffs in football and to the Final Four in basketball. Like, not too many people can say that they've seen that.
I saw MSU beat Michigan, Ohio State, a Big Ten championship, and go to a college football playoff in the same year, and I was at all the games. Yeah, just happy I didn't, panic trigger the season tickets for any of these seasons because, man, I got some notes though. I got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I got some notes a little bit. I'm also got the recapping of the game part, but I do got some I want to talk about as well. And one thing we also can't forget that we saw while we were at MSU. Now we both weren't at the game, but we saw a team win a Rose Bowl while we was at MSU.
Very true. Very true. So, they were honoring them at the beginning of the game. It's a 10-year anniversary this year. Sorry that D'Antonio had to come back like this, but
man, yeah, definitely.
Probably the highlight for us.
Yeah, so we're just gonna get into the game a little bit. So I gotta flip my notes. I was taking some notes on Florida, Tennessee, getting ready for the show tomorrow. So I ain't got too much to recap, especially not on Michigan State end. So we start the game, and it's just like Central Michigan. We get one first down, punt the ball. Washington gets the ball and completes a 39-yard pass to Jalen.
On the first play, bro.
Right before Jeremy Bernard runs it in for a 1-yard touchdown. And I'm like, oh, Lord, here we go.
Did that hurt you a little bit more than normal, the Jeremy Bernard touchdown? Because it hurt inside a little bit because you see Keon Coleman playing at FSU this year. All of MSU's talent is elsewhere this year. The Jeremy Bernard touchdown hurt.
Elijah's at Oklahoma State.
Yeah. I mean, they're showing out everybody else, everywhere else but MSU, and the man who recruited him is no longer. So kind of a full reset.
Yeah, for sure. So it definitely hurts. Then Noah Kim throws a ridiculous interception.
That was awful.
Throws it right to the defender.
Yeah, that was awful.
Killed all momentum we had. Noah Kim actually looked really bad. Sorry, Noah, you do. I'm just got to be real. But that leads to a 5-yard touchdown pass to Jack Westover. And you're going to hear that name about 2 more times. Jack Westover gets a 5-yard touchdown pass. Set up by a 38-yard Jalen Polk reception. Jalen Polk has some crazy catches. He has a crazy touchdown catch, the 30-yard catch. The tip out of nowhere, comes out of nowhere. And then I don't know how he ran it in. All those guys, he made all those guys just to run it in. It's
talking mad shit, too.
Language.
Yeah, my fault. Talking mad too. He's talking all over the field. Yeah, he's all over.
He had every right. Definitely had every right. Jalen Polk, the next touchdown is he had the 30-yard touchdown catch, but before that, he had the 15-yard hitch right in the middle of the field, catches it, and that was all set up by Rome Duzier, 50-yard bomb, monster guy, 50 yards down the field. Man, they were just getting whatever they wanted in the air. This secondary looks just as bad as last year. We had another one. Rome Duzier put another one later on in the game. Jack Westover has 3 touchdowns at the half. He had the first one I said, he had a 13-yard touchdown and then a 7-yard touchdown right before the half. Like, man, Washington got whatever it wanted in the air. Then out of halftime, they come down, get a field goal. They actually get 2 field goals. That we had an illegal substitution on 4th and 5. Right when we get a 3 and out, we finally feel good about something. Illegal substitution on 4th and 5, give them a first down. They get a field goal. So, like I said, the score now is 41-0 going into the 4th. Luke, go ahead and talk about the game a little bit.
Yeah, you touched on a couple things here, Carl. One of the first things I noticed, the illegal substitution, there were some early coaching mistakes. One that they got away with where Noah Kim clearly fumbled the ball on that sack, and then we got a break to get to the line, and we call a timeout. And then they go back to I don't know how they didn't overturn it. That should have been a fumble in our territory. We got away with it. But yeah, what do you think about Harlan Barnett? It's kind of interesting he got elevated to this because the sore spot, or the elite, there's a lot of sore spots on this team, but the biggest sore spot on this team over the last 3 years has been the secondary, and he leads that group. They had to take Mel Tucker off of other defensive duties last year to help with the DBs, and that's Harlan Barnett's crew and core. I know he's a Spartan dog, but I don't know if that's a Scotty Hazelton thing or a Harlan Barnett thing, but you would think, I was laughing to myself, there are Washington receivers running down the field so wide open. It almost seems impossible because there's only so much field. You could only be open by so much at the end of the day, but somehow it seems like we'd be the opposite magnets in the secondary. I don't get it.
Yeah, so another thing I want to say too is, like, I understand we are getting smoked, like, for real, but Washington also has 3 NFL caliber receivers: Jalen Polk, Jalen McMillan, and Rome Dunzier. So all 3 of them have NFL talent. Like, let's not get that misconstrued. But that's still no excuse for us getting burnt up, like you said. Receivers running wide open. We cover receivers, not the tight ends open.
And it'd be a different thing too if it wasn't something we experienced for the last 3 years over and over again.
And that is also true. And that's what I was going to say. Like, this is like an ongoing problem. Like, something has to change. The players have changed, and the results have not. So it's got to be coaching. It's got to be philosophy. It's something has to change.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
We're kind of bad all over, I mean, I can't really pick on the secondary too much because we're not winning up front on either side of the ball.
Oh, this game for sure. No, man. No. Michael Penix has all the time in the world to do whatever he wants.
Yeah. Yeah. And even in the run game, I was sitting there. I'm like, why don't they pass every down? And I'm like, well, because they can run too. And so why not run if they don't, if they want to? They got to practice somehow. So,
It's
yeah,
like you said, this looks like a scrimmage. Like,
it does.
They ran a fake knee before the half.
I saw that. That was mad disrespectful. But there's a couple question marks, man. Like this, even further than that. You're down 21-0. 3rd and 17, you run a like an off tackle play, just pretty much packing it up, sending it in early I feel like Harlan Barnett is playing with house money. I mean, like, why not play? You're already down. That was disheartening. Some players that I thought would show up too, like Jacoby Windman. I don't know where he's been in the last 18 months. He started off so hot at MSU, looking like an edge rusher that could play at the next level, and he's nowhere to be found. So yeah, interesting stuff. I don't know. I mean, it'll be a good way to reset because we are kind of resetting as a program, but I thought that let's just say I'm rooting for the over at this point.
Hey, another one of my guys. Hey, like I said on this show, I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm a degenerate. So, hey, man, we got bets for sure.
We know our teams too. So let's see.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, neither one of us took MSU in the spread. I can guarantee you that.
That's how I took the over. I did not take the spread.
Definitely guarantee you that. So, another thing I wanted to get into, man, what do you think we do at quarterback? Because I know a lot of people have been screaming for Caden Hauser. I know he has been looking good, but the level of competition hasn't. We finally have a real test, and he looks bad. I know I'll react to game 1, and I texted you like, man, Noah Kim might not be it. But now I'm starting to look a little right. I don't want to be right, but I'm looking a little right. Like he's an accurate. Just reads.
Apparently, I heard. I was hoping. Caden Hauser was big coming out of school. I was really excited when he committed to MSU. It seemed like Noah Kim won the job pretty handily, which is not a good sign for Caden Hauser. Honestly, I wish it would be a little bit more of a competition. So that's one thing. He hasn't looked good in the very little time that he's gotten. Those are like sporadic ones, so I'm not going to hold it over his head, but he hasn't looked good. But it is funny. I was taking some notes in the first quarter notes. I had Noah Kim INT was awful, but think he's still talented. You get down to my notes in the second quarter, I go, Noah Kim is bad.
that's what I told you first. I was like, man, I think Noah Kim might not be.
Yeah, I don't know. You might as well throw Caden Hauser out there. He's obviously a talented kid, but we'll see.
Yeah, and to piggyback off that, like you said, like that's what I thought too. I thought Noah Kim handily won the job. So to see him come out like this and people screaming for Caden Hauser, I'm like, whoa, so what did Caden Hauser display in camp to make Noah Kim the guy? Because all I heard was like Noah Kim, he's really talented. Everybody couldn't wait. So I couldn't wait. I'm like, okay, cool. I hear the hype. I'm ready for it. But I see the play and I'm like, is this it? Like, I almost want Peyton Thorne back at this point. And know how I feel about Peyton Thorne. Like,
I know. So, Peyton Thorne was Peyton Thorne. He's a little bit more consistent. At least you knew what you were going to get. Probably not the highest ceiling, but I think he, protected the ball. In my opinion. Yeah, to me, he was hit or miss. Yeah, I mean, he had his moments. He had his moments when he had a good run game too, when he could go into play action a little more. But Noah Kim. It's interesting. I think he has a pretty talented arm from what I've seen. But he sails the ball like crazy. Sails the balls because he's probably throwing off his back foot a lot of work to do in his foot progressions, I think. But which is interesting.
Former quarterback, by the way. Former quarterback.
He's an older guy though too. So I don't know. He doesn't have a lot of game reps. So I think a lot of that footwork is solidified in games. So I don't know. We'll see. But with such a fragmented coaching staff now, you wonder how he's going to be able to have a platform to develop from here. A lot of politics inside the MSU football program. I mean, a lot of the assistant are Mel Tucker guys too, so they might be seeing themselves on the way out here soon too. Jay Johnson, the offensive quarterback and quarterback's coach, is a Mel Tucker guy, so his clock might be ticking as well. So I don't know how much their time they're going to invest in a guy like Noah Kim when everybody's kind of looking over their shoulder. So it will be interesting, but yeah, maybe that's a good. Actually, if Mel Tucker gets fired in October, right, there's that 30-day transfer portal window. Maybe your best chance to keep a player like Caden Hauser, who's a high recruit, is to get him reps now. At least he's playing, right? That might keep him from transferring to actually get game reps, and we might be able to secure him for next year. That's stuff that you got to start thinking about, I think.
Yeah, exactly. To your point. If he gets, like you said, game reps, he's playing, then you might can sell him on like, okay, next year we're going to come in, we're going to recruit during this spring and fall, get better guys around here.
Yeah, you might just say, hey, the rest of the year is yours. This is a year you can prove it where you're not going to get it anywhere else, and that might keep him around.
Yeah, exactly. Because Noah Kim again, I don't know, man. Like it looks bad, but
yeah,
he's also young. It's also his first real test. He could have been nervous. I would 100% say that he was nervous. I would for sure say that.
For sure. And everything that was going on this week too. I mean, I doubt he felt prepared, right? Yeah, I doubt he felt prepared.
And some of those decisions, like you said, the whole scandal with the whole Mel Tucker thing, it just, I don't know. It just didn't look good. We, like you said, probably weren't prepared. I had us getting a blowout loss anyway, so I'm not surprised by what's going on right now. But it's just a lot going on. Like the only bright spot I can see is like Kyle Halliday and the linebackers. Like that's the only bright spot. The running backs, I mean, they can only do so much. But even then, like Nathan Carter, I like Nathan Carter. Don't get me wrong, I do like Nathan Carter, but
yeah, he's just kind of I don't know. He does seem like a poor man's Kenneth Walker, kind of like he's got a similar build, quick feet, but just like on every angle, maybe a step slower than what you would want out of that position. But Yeah, and again, you're relying on a D1 AA transfer as your spark plug for the team. So, that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, man. So not a lot to like here in this game, a lot to complain about here in this game. We move on to Maryland next week. Since we're here, you want to talk a little bit about Maryland next week at MSU?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what looks like a good matchup for Michigan State at this point. Probably not a good matchup for Michigan State again next week. I believe it's on the road, right?
Let me double check because I don't have my notebook where I have the schedule in front of me. So
I believe we do go on the road after playing 3 straight home games. That's just my guess. But if we are,
that would make sense.
Yeah. Oh no, we're at home. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was at home.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, another opportunity to kind of get dog walked, no pun intended, up and down the field. Come on, give me a little round of applause for that. Yeah. But
I think things change. I don't think I think we have a shot of winning. Coming into this game, I thought we had no shot. Coming into Maryland, I think we do have a shot. Roman Hemby is their main guy. I know a lot of people talk about Talia Tagovailoa being to a little brother and everything like that, but their main guy is Roman Hemby. If you can somewhat contain Roman Hemby, try to get Talia to throw the ball, he may throw you a pass or two going the other way. I mean, I know our secondary isn't our strength, so they might actually change the game plan to attack said secondary, but their receiving core isn't Washington, so we may have a fair shot in that game.
Yeah, and I'll say it can't get worse, right? It can't get worse. Maybe they'll center themselves, and it was a short week and a lot of stuff going on off the field, so maybe they can get back to some neutral stuff with a little bit more normalcy for the week. But yeah, we'll see. Hey, I didn't. Did you see Darius Snow on the field today? I couldn't tell if he was out there.
I couldn't tell either, to be honest with you. I seen Kyle flash here and there.
Yeah, another player that had high hopes at MSU and has been hit by the injury bug, which is another piece to this puzzle. Carl, I don't know if it's kind of like, we talked about it even since we were at MSU as students, but there's a lot. MSU has the injury bug, like across all sports, man. We are in a very injured bunch. I don't know if you saw the in and out report at the beginning of the game. So many guys out. It's insane. In week 3 after some guys out for the season, I didn't even know, some starters. So we're playing with a lot of young guys out there.
Yeah, just like last year. They talked about it at the beginning of the season, how last year we were so hurt, and it looks like a repeat this year. But
yeah,
hopefully guys can step up quick, mature. I know this year is a worse situation to do that, like you said, with all that scandal and everything. But we just got to hope some guys can step up, and hopefully they don't check out because of everything.
Yeah, there'll probably be a little bit of a step back. I think long term, though, this was a good ripping of the Band-Aid off for MSU from a coaching standpoint. I liked Mel. Obviously, probably the dumbest thing you could have done with the worst person you could have done it with. So,
irony. Just so much irony in the whole situation.
Yeah, and even without getting into that scandal, I didn't 100% like the way the offseason went at MSU, and recruiting for next year is kind of in the tank already. So I was kind of wondering what was going on, and we learned why. And so at the very least, we can recruit some of that money and spend it on another coach. But yeah, all very disappointing. Mel started out, I don't know if you could, the only person who has started out hotter at a university is probably Coach Prime. So honestly, he was a rocket ship to start, so it kind of crashed pretty quick. But
yeah, man, long were the days 10-2 to the Cotton Bowl where we beat Pitt.
Fun times, though. That's why you got to live them up. If we've learned anything, that's why you got to live those years up, man, because you don't know when they're coming back, man.
Man, that brick wall right around the corner. We got the Cotton Bowl and then missed the bowl right after, missed the bowl game, all because this field goal against Indiana. Just went 5-7. And I mean, I have us winning the bowl game. My prediction for 10-2 is shot. Didn't expect all this with Tucker and everything, but 10-2 is now shot. I do hopefully think we could beat Michigan this year. Looking like
that's a toss-up game every year. It is a tall task, but at least the very least tomorrow I get to go watch my Bears play, and you know how that makes me feel. Carl, this is my life now, bro. I mean, talk about
Pistons.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have the Pistons than the Bulls, man.
You don't.
You'd rather play in a 6 or 7, 8 seed every year than actually have some future. I mean, the mediocrity is just so the middle ground. I'm telling you, it's not where you want to be.
Yeah, I would rather take 6, 7 seeds over 13, 14, 27 games here, 30 games here. Hopefully, like you said, we do have somewhat of a future. So hopefully that changes very soon. We have Monty Williams and everything, but that's not what the show is about. So just to wrap up, since we have really that more really about the game to speak, any final words?
Yeah, I think you burned the tape. It's one of those that you dig a grave. But actually, you know what? I guess you can't because Maryland, very similar team. We'll see what happens. Hopefully there's be some more normalcy in the week. I'd still hope MSU can get to a bowl game this year. Kind of going to be a hard reset. But looking forward to basketball season already. I think that's my final thought because those will be some dogs, and I'm excited for them. So,
man, college basketball season can't get here quick enough, man, especially for our Spartans right now. We need something. We need something. But, yeah, my final words, hopefully we do make a bowl game. I just want to win at least one of the three of Michigan, Penn State, or Ohio State. Just give me one.
I'll
take any one of those. I'll be satisfied.
Ohio State might be the most vulnerable here. You think?
I don't know, man. Because Marvin Harris said we can't deal with Rome Odunze, Jalen Polk, and Jalen McMillan. It's going to be hard to deal with and Marvin Harrison.
I don't know what I'm talking about, but maybe we can steal Brian Hartline at the end of the day for a head coaching position.
Hey, I'm all for it. That'd be crazy.
I'd take that. Yeah.
Former Ohio State receiver, now receiver coach. It comes to Michigan State. That would be crazy, but I'll take it.
I love it.
I seen something where Tulane's head coach could be in play. I'll take that. Give me Tulane's head coach. Give him. Hey, Tulane, he did a great job turning around. Tulane's still a good team this year. I'll take him. Please.
This is your area of expertise, Carl. This is where your encyclopedic knowledge comes out. I'll follow you on the Tulane recommendation.
Oh, for sure. I'll take it, man. The way they turned around, like I said, in the Tulane thing, they went from 2-10 to beating SC in the Cotton Bowl and going 11-2. So,
oh yeah. The Green Wave, baby. Matt Forte. Yes. You know I know about Tulane.
Yes, please. I'll take that. I'll take Coach Prime, which I don't see him leaving, but I'll take Coach Prime. I'll take Hartline, like you said. I just don't see it. The former Ohio State Buckeye. I don't see it.
We'll see.
Yeah, man. So I appreciate you coming on for this little small segment.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
MSU is about to go in, so let's keep that over alive for my boy.
Let's keep it over alive, baby. You know what to root for.
Yes, sir. And I will see you guys tomorrow recapping week 3. This will not be in the week 3 recap because I got you here with this 20-minute video. So that will not be in it. But I have 18 other games to recap. So those will be there. And see y'all tomorrow. And I messed up. Hold on. Give me a second. And we out of here. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.